Fresh developments have emerged from within the British monarchy, reigniting the long-standing and widely discussed tension between Meghan Markle, the Duchess of Sussex, and Catherine, Princess of Wales. What was intended to be a joyful holiday season return for Meghan on a major global streaming service has rapidly transformed into a full-blown public relations crisis. Many devoted followers of the royal family now believe that the Duchess deliberately timed the launch of her new project to eclipse one of Princess Catherine's most cherished and symbolically important annual traditions, the Together at Christmas Carol service. The proximity of the dates has sparked intense speculation, widespread criticism, and renewed scrutiny of the complicated relationship between the two women. Kensington Palace is said to be monitoring the situation carefully, while commentators and the public debate whether this is mere coincidence or a calculated maneuver. The controversy ignited when Netflix officially revealed that Meghan's upcoming lifestyle special, titled With Love, Meghan, would premiere on December 3, 2025. The program is described as a warm celebration of holiday traditions, both old and new, featuring the Duchess cooking, hosting, gardening, crafting, and sharing personal anecdotes in the style of a contemporary lifestyle guide. Almost immediately, royal enthusiasts pointed out an inconvenient truth. December 3 falls just days before the anticipated date of Princess Catherine's fourth annual Together at Christmas Carol concert at Westminster Abbey, an event that traditionally takes place during the first week of December and has become a highlight of the royal festive calendar. Respected royal commentator Kinsey Schofield was quick to highlight what she and many others regard as highly suspicious timing. Appearing on Talk TV, Schofield reminded viewers of a key detail. Only last month, at Fortune's Most Powerful Women's Summit in California, Meghan herself had indicated that the Netflix special was slated for a November release. The sudden shift to early December, placing it in direct competition with one of Catherine's flagship initiatives, has fueled accusations of deliberate scheduling. Schofield offered three possible explanations. Either Meghan was genuinely unaware of the Carol concert's customary timing, which strains credulity given her past immersion in royal calendars, or the change occurred for legitimate production reasons. Or, and this is the theory gaining the most traction, she knew precisely the impact the new date would have. Most observers who have followed the frostiness between the two duchesses over the years are leaning heavily toward the latter interpretation. Criticism has not been limited to the calendar clash alone. The promotional tagline for With Love, Meghan, embrace old traditions, make new ones, has been seized upon by detractors as unintentionally ironic, even biting. Schofield herself delivered a particularly sharp assessment, noting that making new traditions often becomes necessary only after one has distanced oneself from existing family circles and long-standing customs. Though delivered with characteristic bluntness, the remark resonates with a significant portion of the British public who feel that Harry and Meghan's departure from senior royal duties in 2020, followed by a series of highly public criticisms of the institution and individual family members, has left the couple somewhat estranged from both the monarchy and many former friends within it. The optics of Meghan championing holiday tradition while simultaneously appearing to encroach upon a deeply meaningful royal one have proven irresistible to critics. To fully appreciate why this particular collision carries such emotional weight, it is worth recalling the origins and significance of Princess Catherine's Together at Christmas service. Launched in 2021 in the aftermath of the COVID-19 pandemic, the concert was Catherine's personal tribute to frontline workers, volunteers, and community heroes who had shown extraordinary compassion during an unprecedented crisis. What began as a one-off gesture of gratitude has evolved into an annual institution that perfectly encapsulates the princess's long-standing commitment to mental health advocacy, early years development, and community support. Held in the majestic surroundings of Westminster Abbey, the service combines world-class musical performances, readings by members of the royal family, and moving tributes to unsung heroes. It is broadcast nationwide on Christmas Eve, attracting millions of viewers and serving as a poignant reminder of service, kindness, and togetherness, themes that Catherine has made central to her public identity. By contrast, With Love, Meghan is positioned as a glossy, aspirational lifestyle offering, reviving the spirit of Meghan's pre-royal blog The Tig for the streaming era. There is, of course, nothing objectionable about a former royal launching a cooking and entertaining series. Yet the decision to premiere it May days before Catherine's carefully curated and deeply altruistic event has revived old narratives of rivalry that date back to 2018, when Meghan first joined the royal family. From the outset, the two women were relentlessly compared. Their fashion choices, their public demeanor, their ease with the media, even their approaches to charity work. Many hoped that Harry and Meghan's relocation to California in 2020 would finally allow those comparisons to fade. Instead, this latest episode has poured fresh fuel on embers that never fully died. the repercussions stretch well beyond a simple scheduling conflict. For an already beleaguered royal family, still grappling with the fallout from the Sussexes' 2022 Netflix docuseries and Prince Harry's memoir Spare, the incident feels like another unnecessary provocation. Sources suggest that King Charles, who has largely refrained from public comment on his younger son's activities, is privately exasperated by what he regards as continued attempts to draw attention away from the working members of the family. Prince William, fiercely protective of his wife and the causes she champions, is reportedly furious at the perceived slight. For Catherine herself, who pours immense personal energy into the Carol concert and views it as an extension of her lifelong mission, the timing is said to have been particularly painful. Public reaction, predictably, has been polarized. Supporters of the Sussexes insist that Meghan bears no responsibility for Netflix's programming decisions and that, as a private citizen no longer bound by royal protocol, she is under no obligation to clear her commercial calendar with Buckingham or Kensington Palace. They argue that the outrage is yet another example of disproportionate and often racially tinged criticism that Meghan has faced since 2017, and that Catherine's events are rarely subjected to the same microscopic scrutiny. To them, the entire controversy is manufactured clickbait designed to keep the Duchess in a perpetually negative spotlight. Critics, on the other hand, see a clear and recurring pattern. They point to past moments, such as the announcement of Archer's impending arrival on the day of Princess Eugenie's wedding, or the release of controversial content during the late Queen's Platinum Jubilee and immediately after her death, as evidence that the Sussexes have repeatedly chosen moments of royal significance to insert themselves into the narrative. The fact that Meghan publicly referenced a November launch only weeks ago before the date mysteriously shifted to December has convinced many that the clash was engineered rather than accidental. Behind closed doors, emotions are running high on both sides of the Atlantic. Palace insiders describe Catherine as quietly wounded by what she perceives as a deliberate attempt to diminish the impact of an initiative she holds dear. In Montecito, friends of Harry and Meghan maintain that the couple are simply trying to build their own brand and that any perceived slight is being amplified by a hostile British press hungry for drama. As the holiday season approaches, several questions hang in the air. Will Netflix quietly adjust the premiere date to defuse the situation, or will they hold firm, potentially intensifying the standoff? Will the royal family break its customary silence with a rare public statement, or will they allow Catherine's concert to speak for itself when it airs on Christmas Eve? Likewise, Catherine's concert may emerge with even greater luster simply by virtue of the contrast. One thing, however, is certain: the saga of the Windsor and Sussex branches of the family continues to captivate millions around the world. As the premiere dates draw nearer, the eyes of royal watchers everywhere will be fixed on screens both big and small, waiting to see whose story resonates more powerfully this Christmas.